Paul, we was just talking about like, the way stuff is over here in America,
Right.
and just for our public that's listening to us, this isn't a color thing that we're talking about. We're
Right.
talking about just American women,
It's a
black,
cultural
white,
thing. It's an American
Spanish,
cultural
just
thing.
America.
Hmm.
How, they could, women in America, how they could have sex with you, how they could say they love you, but,
Yeah.
a couple of months later they could drop you and have zero feelings for you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned a word to me that really touched me, where you said that they don't have devotion for you.
Hmm.
Um, just if you could talk to me about that.
Yeah. It's simple. It's simple. I've had this conversation with many females because there's always that big cultural divide where men are dogs. Okay, well if men are dogs, what's females? Well men lie. Well females lie too, but why? The basic difference is the general mentality. Like a man goes into it with simple BS, if that's what you want to call it. It's simple BS. Yeah, I might want to get the pants. Cool. Once I get it, either I talk to you or I don't. If I do talk to you, it might be a little bit more there. If I don't, it's because I got the pants. Females, their cunning is deeper. They put on not all females, but the ones who perpetrate this type of conduct, they put on a facade of dedication, but it's really not there. That's why when certain guys get their heart broken spontaneously, it's really not spontaneous, because even though she's loving you, quote unquote, she's having sex with you and being committed to you, quote unquote, she probably really isn't. She has someone on the side because that's her backup. That's her stability, which is in America what it really comes down to. It really comes down to more so of individual financial security than group security, which is why you can get married for a year, get divorced, and get prenups for life. It's all about an investment of time and effort. A female can put in a little bit of time putting on a facade of dedication and commitment, and for the rest of her life, get money from a man that she only spent a blink of the eye with. Or because of the fact that he made the final dedication, he made the final commitment to say, okay, let's be wed, let's be this, let's be that. Now, the question that anyone has to ask themselves that really want to know who's the worst person in it, without being judgmental, if the man proposes to the female and the man's successful and the female is moderately successful, moderately, she's okay, but this guy's well off. Now, as I was saying, when it comes down to the man and woman in the commitment, the man can be well off, the female can be moderate. If the man proposes to the female, he's making the commitment to say, okay, you are my wife. Now, let's just say they're both cheating. They're both people who are going to be promiscuous. Who's going to pay later? The man is, if he gets caught. Because of the fact that, initially speaking, the way the system's set up, it's going to benefit the female regardless. Because the victim mentality will always benefit them just in that particular scenario. Even if they're both doing the same dirt, it's set up where she's going to benefit more. So even if she gets caught, she has less to lose, because she's a woman in a marriage and the man committed and he puts more on the line than she does. So once again, she can invest a year into marrying a guy, get divorced, and be set up for life if she plays her cards right. And they're not really hard to play. Be a faithful wife, catch him messing up, you don't get caught, say we have irreconcilable differences, or say that it was infidelity, boom, the court see in your favor, you live in a good life. You can go ahead and get somebody else to satisfy a completely different need. That's one main facet. A female could have multiple guys for multiple reasons. They can have the one sugar daddy, they can have the one for emotional support, they can have the one for just sex. How many times do you ever hear a guy say, oh, I go to her because I want to cuddle, or I need a shoulder to cry on? You don't. Even the softest guy, you don't hear him say often, oh yeah, this is my mom right here. Me and her ain't intimate, but I just go to her if I need someone to talk to. You don't hear it, because honestly, when it comes down to guys, we're simple. Everyone says that the females say they hate us or love for the exact same reason, but we may be attracted to you, want to have sex with you, probably dig you emotionally, but generally want to have sex with you. It'll always come back down to just one basis, whereas a female, they can just have clear divides. I'm not going to fuck him. He's just going to be my emotional support. or he's gonna be my money. And it bugs me out. I personally have gotten into so many arguments with females over sex just to have them curse me out, me take the cursing out, bite my tongue, settle with them just because I don't like being cursed out. I want to at least be friends, and have them months later ask me for naked pictures. I don't get it, but that's because that's how they play the game. You know, me, I know what I want. Them, they know what they want, but they want so much more. That's the main difference. It's always going to be, okay, I want this, but I also need this, also would like this. A guy, it's like, ooh, that's hot. Let me try to get it.